Mic check, yo. Hello. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. I long to tell you something. Hello. Check mech, mic check. Hey, Enzima. Who got the keys to my bimmer? What up, dog? Yeah. Oh, no worries, dude. Sub-Zero. Hello. He's the best electrician around. What up, Cordos? How you doing? The Wavy Shop. Hello. Is that Pavelin or Pawelin? Pavelin, I think. What is that, Polish? Hello. Dan, Chris. It's a HDMI port, but it's also something else as well, yeah. It's not just a HDMI port on this one. Melted Invention, Nimble Bits for PWE, indeed. Thank you, mate. I've got a feeling you're not going to be the first one to say that. The only one to say that today.
For 25 months.
Stop sending me money. It's weird. Stop it.
Showstopper 108 donated $9.99. Hopefully this is enough for some lunch.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, mate. Mucho gracias. I actually bought someone dinner last night at the casino for his birthday. A friend of mine, it was his birthday the day before, but he'd already eaten when I got there, so yeah, I bought him lunch, but appreciate that, mate. Thank you. You back to the daily uploads? Probably not daily for a couple of days. Like I will get back to it, but it's been hectic, as you can probably imagine. Melting Toby, thank you, buddy.
Just resubscribed for 15 months.
Soy, JFix, Diego, Today to Repair, Loto, best regards from BWE. Insidious Magic, Sam, Richie, Dan, 8WT, Chris, Leonardo. Am I profitable at live poker? Oh yeah, massively. Yeah.
0204 just resubscribed for 7 months. Thanks for everything you do, bud.
Thank you, buddy.
You guys really make me a little bit saner.
Thank you, Wicked Lazy. Appreciate you, mate. Thanks for the sub. Melting Toby and Nimble Bits as well on Twitch. Yeah, so I am actually a profitable poker player. Yeah, I always have been. Well, not always, obviously, but like because I play poker like 3 days a week. They're like 40 quid buy-ins. It's not big buy-ins or anything like that. So like, obviously some people drink, some people do drugs, like all of that kind of crap. I'll spend the same kind of money, but just playing poker. Cool Shrimp, how's it going? Log one. Hey, we got Andrew. That's a nice colour. It really is, isn't it? I really like this PS5 Slim. Might have to go missing in the mail.
Stop sending me money. It's weird. Stop it.
Insidious Magic donated $3.24. Hey mate. Just wondering if you have any tips or tricks for someone who is starting out getting into repairs.
Thank you for the donate, mate. You don't need to donate just to ask me a question though, but I appreciate it. I don't know, tips or tricks. Depends. What kind of things are you looking to start repairing? Is it games consoles or is it something else? I think the main tip I can say is like just don't practice on a customer device. Like buy some scrap boards from eBay for like, you know, a couple of quid. Like even if it doesn't matter what board it is, just buy a scrap board. Like old TV boards or, you know, like an old PC motherboard or something. Just something you can practice on without putting customers' stuff at risk, sort of thing. Sorry about this PS5. Is this yours, is it, mate? I haven't actually looked at... well, I have looked at the contact details, but not when I've just grabbed this. Tip number, don't use PCBWay software. Yep, there is that. There is that. Yeah, tip, Flux is your friend. Yeah, absolutely. There's no such thing as too much. Safey, hello.
Safey0 just resubscribed for 22 months. Hey Philip, how are you, bro?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Are you? Practice on old GPU, good for BGA like VRAMs. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, like get something with some BGA chips, like a scrap GPU, like a really old 760 or something like that. Like one that's been absolutely butchered, and just use stuff like that. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Kyle. Hope you're well, mate. Going to buy a PS5 Slim very soon after I've finished my college
Guy
exams.
just
Nice.
subscribed on Twitch.
Thank you, Borderish Guy. Appreciate you, mate. Thanks for the support. I have a switch with the EMC failed to init error. I got it modded through someone, drove over 5 hours back and forth and kept having the same issue. It depends on what's failed. If the actual eMMC's failed, it's going to be quite tricky. But if it's just corrupted, you can use Tegra Explorer and just... well, there should be a payload for system wipe. Hash Gaming, how are you, mate? Would be cool if there's a PS5 Slim in neon red. You probably can get one. Right, anyway, let's get to a repair because I haven't got long, guys. I've got a couple of hours. I'm going to be streaming. It's like 3:07 PM now. I'm probably going to be streaming till no later than 5 PM because I have got other stuff I need to get done. So I just thought I'd fire up a stream for a couple of hours just because I haven't streamed for a long time and people have been asking me to, so yeah, it's just one of them. Okay, it looks like the console turns on, so I know roughly what's wrong with this. Obviously, I'm just covering my own back in terms of, you know, making sure it fires up and stuff. So the issue with this is that it needs a HDMI.
1987 just resubscribed for 24 months. Fuckboy.
Fuckboy. Fuckboy. Glad to see the live stream back. Yeah, thanks, mate. I do try and live stream whenever I can. I just don't get much time for it these days. I have to prioritise things. Switch RAM and EMC upgrades, maybe. Yeah, I can already do eMMC upgrades. I've done a few. I've never upgraded the RAM on one yet, though. No, these are not brand new, mate. These are not brand new. So I think this has been dropped. The HDMI port's damaged, but obviously it's also missing the LAN port. And I believe, if I remember correctly, the traces on the LAN port are probably damaged on this. It looks like it's pushed it right the way back. But it does fire up, it does go through a white light, so obviously it does work. It just needs a HDMI port and a Ethernet port. So yeah, we're going to get that sorted. I'm just going to shut it down, always shut it down properly. This is the Slim, mate, I believe. What's the model number? Yeah, CFI 2016, so it's going to be the Slim. Janos, how's it going? Great work dealing with that arrogant BWE guy. Thank you, mate, but it was definitely a joint effort, but you know, not just between me. I mean, really, I didn't do that much. Like, I mean, most of the credit goes to Louis Rossman and also to Tab and Lee from Uber Micro Repairs, and amongst other people in the community and stuff.
Stop sending me money.
Who that?
It's
Who's
weird.
giving me money?
Stop it.
Anonymous tipped $13.37. Louis sent me smiley face.
Thank you,
Keep
bro.
up the good work, sir.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, mate. Thanks for the support. Whether you're actually on the live stream or not, I don't know, because I have been having quite a few donations, which I do appreciate. Tuning on a work back and caught your stream. Nice, Pat. Welcome. Lee, welcome, mate. #1 repair guy. I wouldn't go that far. Definitely not. Well, appreciate it, though. Thank you. Right, let's get this thing apart. Where did I put my screwdriver? There it is. Yeah. I've been getting obviously quite a few donations, which I do appreciate. I do appreciate, of course. I achieved to implement Donny's NOR decode. Yeah, I mean, if you want to fork the GitHub, mate, because otherwise I'll be just finding it difficult to maintain everything. 7? Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, buddy. But yeah, couple of hours stream. Till around about 5 PM UK time, because I've got other stuff I need to get done. Probably going to end up with Cody running in here at some point because, well, he's at school at the minute, but probably going to end up with Cody running in here at some point because my door's open because it's just too hot outside. I installed a new hard drive because console didn't have one. New system controller working until the system goes to blue when you have to press the PS button. Yeah, that's very likely either one of two things, buddy. It's either going to be a corrupted NOR or more likely a bad Wi-Fi chip. If it's working in safe mode, then it's very likely a bad Wi-Fi chip. It's too hot in Scotland. Yeah, what is it, like 10 degrees there now? Damn, Scotland's usually freezing, man. I wouldn't complain about that. Scotland's usually cold as fuck. Man, I'm hungry as well. I need some food at some point. Come on. There we go. Right. Here's a tip for anyone doing PS5 repairs or any device which uses an external SSD. You know, when you take the SSD out so you can strip the console down. Do this. Yeah, do that. That's what I always do. I always put the SSD inside an ESD bag just to make sure. Right. Oh, look, made in China. Lovely. Made in China, probably. Thank you, Unforgiving Trail. Appreciate it, mate. Windy as usual. Looks like my works driver. No, it's not Makita. It's like a cheap £20 thing. It's covered in flux. It's like a cheap £20 thing off Amazon. There's nothing special about this. Absolutely nothing special. It's a cheap £20 one off Amazon. But it works. Does the job. Vorg here. How's it going, mate? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, it does kind of look like Makita, doesn't it? A little bit. It's actually going to be cooling down this week, I think, in the UK. Afternoon, Lee. No, I don't think there's one quite like that, Carl, to be honest. But I've stopped promoting Chipmunk's HDMI stuff because honestly he's just as arrogant as BWE was. Not insinuating anything there, please don't think I am, but he's still an arrogant cock. I don't like anyone who's got that superiority syndrome. We are all the same. Like, I'll be friends with anyone until I start, you know, with that god complex superiority shit. I missed a screw. Lost hundreds of dollars of access to BWE software, bought most of his stuff. Looked at the PS5 card reader, Lite was released for free. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. As far as I know, he's put the servers back online for the software. I'll drop the SSD standoff. Yeah, as far as I know, he's brought the software back online. But you might want to avoid using it because we just don't know what's on there. I don't think I've ever seen a PS5 Slim board with the silk screen so prominent. Like, that's strange. Like, I mean, obviously I've worked on PS5 Slims and I've got donor boards for days. Like, I've actually got a few donor boards for the PS5 Slim as well. But like, I don't think I've ever seen one like. So, for example, this one. Look at how prominent the silk screen is compared to the other one. You can't really see it. Let me show you. You see the difference? Pretty cool. Afternoon, ginger balls. How's it going, mate? Coffee, please, Sarah. I've got one. Cody will be home in a bit, so I'm going to let everyone know there's really noise in the background. He's more likely Cody playing outside. Yeah, who cares? It don't matter. My door's open anyway, so I'm expecting him to run in here. To be honest. I'll tell you what, there's one thing that makes me really, really fucking nervous about these PlayStations, like these PS5 Slims. Removing the board. Honestly, it's the most nerve-wracking thing you can do on these things, because that's where a lot of the issues actually stem from. Like, just, oh, I've left a screw in there anyway, but like, if you just look at like how tight these are actually in there, and the fact that you've got to lift them over these standoffs and stuff like that, like, it's just, I've left another screw. I always forget about the board screws in these, but this is where I think a lot of people have issues with these, because like, people take them apart and they end up not turning on afterwards, and it's because people are yanking at them to try and get them apart. Elvis, 35 months, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks so much. Yeah, that's really, really prominent, that writing is. It's weird. But yeah, so a few issues here. So obviously issue number one is going to be the HDMI port, right? But issue number 2 is the Ethernet port, and we are missing because of the issues with the because of the HDMI port, the Ethernet port snapping. It's ripped all of the traces off the board. So let me show you. Damn it! Why does it do this? It's like a hard start thing. It's weird. I will get this in focus. Just bear with me a second. Hey Nick, how's it going, buddy?
Game Joynick just resubscribed for 15 months. Helpful and chat.
How's it going, mate? I assume that meant to say hello, not help. But what up, dog? Right, so anyway, yeah, the HDMI port, actually, sorry, not the HDMI port, the Ethernet port.
Safi Zero cheered X100. Are you getting the Switch 2, Phil? Did you see the trailer 2 for GTA 6?
Thank you, Safi. I did see the trailer 2 for GTA 6, but it's not my cup of tea. The Switch 2, I was going to buy it, Sarah, but when I looked at the price of it, it's a lot of money for what is essentially just a tablet. Like, it is a lot of money. It's expensive, 450 quid. Don't think I'm going to be buying it, to be honest. Right, question time. Have these traces been damaged removing the port, or has it been damaged because because the port got damaged? Either way, it don't matter. No, it's because of the damage. No, this I don't think has had the damage caused by that. So the legs are still there, like quite sharp as well. But the legs are still there, and yeah. Okay, let me just get all this sorted. So I'm gonna have to start working on this first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some leaded solder and I'm gonna tin these ground points. My depth perception is just not there today at all. Where's my flux? Where's my flux? I've just had that like a couple of minutes ago. Where have I put ya? Where have I put ya, Mr. Flux? It's right there. So I'm just going to replace this with leaded solder for now. I'm going to have to use hot air to get these legs out.
Stop sending me money. It's weird. Stop it.
Alex Speed donated $6.65. Hello, I hope you're having a good day. When are you going to do the video with the Apu swapping on the Xbox? I think it was.
Apu swapping?
Anyway, have a good day.
Thank you, come again. How's it going, Alex? Thank you, buddy, I appreciate you, mate. Yeah, I need to get round to that, buddy. I have got a banned Xbox, which I'm going to be using for the swap. So I've bought the Xbox. It's just with everything what's been going on over the past week or two, and you know, other stuff like other life events getting in the way and shit like that. Like it's been put on the back burner for now, but within a couple of weeks, I think I'll be getting it done. Hopefully. What solder gun temperature do you use to desolder? So I'm at 440 degrees Celsius. And that's at 40% airflow. There is a little word of warning I need to give on this. This area in particular, this Ethernet area, because there's nothing underneath it, there's no grounding, there's no, you know, nothing for that heat to get sucked up, right? So you need to be very, very careful here not to popcorn this part of the board. I mean, in this case, it's not going to hurt too much if it does, you know, lift the top layer up here, for example, because it's basically, it's got to have traces done anyway, but it'll break the internal traces if it does popcorn. Come on. Which is not the easiest task to get these out. Come on. Yeah, so it's twisted the ground legs round a little bit, and it's kind of hooked them on. To the point where they're like locking into place. So you can see it's loose, it's like it's desoldered. But it's just getting a grip on the things. I can't solder a new port in until these are clear. Ow. It's better to grab them with my side cutters. Hang on, let me just twist the board around so as I can work with it a little bit better. Oh, that might be a little bit better. Just twisted that. The thing I don't want to be doing is scorching the board. Got it. There you go. Right, that got it. There you go. I know that looks a little bit destructive, but there's really no other way to get those out. What games do I enjoy? Honestly, these days, none. Like, I still prefer like old PlayStation 1 games like Tony Hawk's and the original GTAs and stuff like that. Offline games that didn't have to connect online. Oh, I've got a PCB holder, mate. I don't know. I just well, I didn't think to use it, to be honest, but I have got one. I have got a PCB holder. No, I'll probably wick them away rather than using a sucker. I prefer to wick ports away, or connections rather. So for HDMI, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't wick it for HDMI. Cody's back. Yeah, that wasn't so much about keeping the board stable, it was about untwisting the remainder of the port, but the anchor points, a little bits of solder here and there as well on the edges of the board. Love old school gaming. Yeah, I really do. I don't think there's any decent games out there anymore. Like, I mean, that's personal opinion, obviously. I mean, people like what they like. I just don't like new games. I think they're shit. They're all the same. There's no imagination anymore. There's no innovation. It's all the same stuff. It's all like open world crap. Yeah, it's all open world crap. In my opinion, anyway. Might help if I actually didn't double press my hot air gun. It's done a little bit of damage to the through holes, to be honest. Nothing major, it's just ground, but it's done a little bit of damage to the through holes. I have to come at that one from the other side. So it's kind of widening them holes a little bit, but yeah, that can't really be helped, can it? I'm going to come at these from the other side, just to clear them out. And because it's widening the holes as well though, it's actually, oh, we've still got one on that side, huh. Still got bits left. Yeah, it's actually got more solder in it, so it's going to be a bit harder to wick away as well. I thought I'd got that, but no, I haven't. Yeah, we've still got bits of metal as well, like, you know, bits that have broken off and stuff like that. Bollocks. Ow, that's fucking hot. I just knocked my LED light off. Ow. That was hot. Bollocks. Heater capacitor. Now, let me just see if I can find my solder sucker, just to try and do it with a sucker. Make my life a little bit easier if I can. Should be in one of these drawers. Pain in the arse, honestly. There it is. Ethernet ports are not the easiest job to do, to be honest. Amplified by the fact that we've got the what do you call it? The bits of metal stuck inside them and stuff. I do need to clean this out quickly. The spring is very tight. Just 1 second, guys, I'm just cleaning out my solder sucker. That's better. Now I've lost all the heat in my board. Probably going to end up knocking the caps to the side. Draco. Thank you, buddy. Damn it! Fucking keep knocking my bastard microscope light off. I need a new microscope light. Because this holder just doesn't hold it on, and it gets incredibly hot as well, and I don't like that. Like, real hot. Damn it, will you just get on there? Hang on, guys. Fuck off, piece of shit. It's getting really annoying now. Damn it, my solder sucker's stuck. Stuck again. Okay, that solder socket really blocked up. Really blocked up, that solder sucker is. Fuck those caps. Get on there. Hate Ethernet ports, man. I think I've said this before. I think I've said, like, I just really don't like doing Ethernet ports. I'll do them, but I just don't like doing them. They're just awkward. Yeah, that's not fully cleaned out, but it should take a new port. Should be fine. I'm not putting any more heat into that board. How to practice. It's not that. It's try doing an Ethernet port on a PS5. They're awkward as fuck, mate. They're not easy at all. Probably one of the most difficult ports to change, to be honest. I'll sort those caps out later. I'm not fussed about those at the minute. Alright, that'll do for cleaning for now. Yeah, they're just a pain in the backside, especially when you got shit like this, look. Like, it's just so awkward to deal with. Like, the fact that they twisted and bent inside the holes and stuff is just really annoying. Never mind. Right, now we're going to try and salvage a connector from a donor board. So this should be fun. This should be fun. So here's what we need to do. Well, we don't need to do this, but I find it easier. This is a donor board. I'm not doing this to the customer's board. What was that? Hey, Technic. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for the support, mate. Yeah, not doing that to a customer board, obviously. Just doing that to the donor board. Don't care about that at all. I just want to remove this port without damaging the connector. So I'll do that. I'll just cut it off. Stop that. Yeah, just cut the connector off like that. Who cares about the traces? Not me. all I care about is making sure that we end up with a cleanly removed HDMI port, Ethernet port, sorry. Beep, you bastard. Thank you. Cody's messing by my door. That's one way to do it. It's the safest way to do it. Like, if you don't care about the donor board, like, it doesn't matter. Like, because obviously, if I sit there and put heat into this, it's probably not going to damage it, but why risk it, right? Like, if you don't care about the donor board, why risk damaging a perfectly good connector by putting heat into it? You may as well just snap it off the board or cut it off the board using some flush cutters and then just desolder everything from there. Is he after my phone, sir? I can give him my phone. Yeah. Here you go, Daddy's phone. Good boy. You okay, baby? No, walked off. No, he just wants my phone. I knew that's what he'd come in for. Is his phone dead? Nope, she's walked off as well. That's nice. Okay, now. My favourite, I haven't really got a favourite to be honest, but if I had to pick, probably PS5s. I just find them easier. Like they're just because I'm so used to them though. That is, it's not because they're easier in general. It's just because I've worked on more PS5s and I find them easier to repair. Right, let's just wick some of this away. Just trying to clean it up. It's not easy. Who dat?
Gaming 8516 just resubscribed for 8 months. Him back.
Thank you, BB Gaming. I appreciate it, mate. Thanks for the support, buddy. Trying to get this out of here. It's like a bit of a leftover trace. So yeah, it makes it awkward to obviously like desolder all of this and clean it all up, but at least we don't end up with a damaged port. I did pull a little bit. That might be snapped. That pin might be snapped and I might have just wasted all that time on that. Let me check it. I'm just going to make sure I've got continuity on all of the pins. It could just be that it's springy, I don't actually know, but I'll double check. Yeah, we appear to have continuity, so it's probably just springy, but yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's carry on then. So this isn't going to take much heat at all to remove this because, well, we don't have any more of the PCB, so shouldn't take much to remove this. Yeah, see how easily that transfers the heat? Look at that. It just basically wants to fall straight out, see? It's just so much easier. Yoink. Beautiful. PS5 schematic. All the schematics on Discord for the PS5? I don't actually know. I'm a walking schematic for the PS5s. I'll just know the circuits. Just based on memory. Right, okay, that's done. Just had to fart. Sorry. Well, we'll do it. Grow up. Anyway, let's have a look down here, shall we? So,
Dirigotech just resubscribed for 6 months. Always a pleasure, Phil.
It is indeed. Thank you, Divigo. Divigotech. Oh, I can't say it like I used to. Damn it. How's it going, dude? Those damn frogs, eh? Right, anyway. Let's forget about that. Forget about the frogs. Let's clean this up. So, I've got a couple of traces hither, which I need to run jumper wires to these wires. So I've got one there, one there. So these two go through to the other side of the board, and then the rest of these just go to these pins, right? So spin the board around. I'm running the jumper wires before we actually put the port on, because I want this to be a permanent fix, not a temporary fix. So, first of all, tin all of these up. Yeah, I want this to be a case of, if the port gets damaged again, because it's been damaged once, there's a chance it can get damaged again. You know, if the console gets dropped or something like that, or, you know, accidental damage, knocks and whatever. So if the port ever gets damaged again, let's say, for example, the customer doesn't want to send it to me for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what the reason is, but let's say, for example, the customer doesn't want to send it to me. They want to send it to someone else because, you know, they're cheaper, or, you know, they're easier to get the stuff to, and stuff like that. Whatever the reason, right? I don't want to make it so as the customer is going to have to end up paying someone else more because they've got to run jumper wires again. What I want is to have a fix which is going to last, and a fix which is going to be repairable again in the future if it needs it. Well, that's the plan anyway. So it's not about trying to maximise money, because I'm not charging the customer any extra for spending extra time on it. The customer pays what the customer pays. But I want to do a proper job. Oh, I want to make this a nice permanent fix. So I'm going to grab some jumper wire, 1.7mm, nice and thick. Yes, ladies, 1.7mm is nice and thick, alright? Just saying. Alright. So, anyway. Anywho. I'm going a nice solid connection on that. There are some important factors to consider here. These ports, an Ethernet port, basically works the same way as HDMI port and USB. Well, HDMI port. So they've got differential pairs, and we need to try and match the differential pairs in terms of trace length as close as we can. So what I like to do is try. It's not always possible, especially on this scale, because this is really, really small. But I like to try on all trace repair whenever I can to follow the original path as close as I can possibly get it. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I want to try and follow it as close as I can possibly get it, because I want the trace length to be even, if I can. So I'm trying to follow it as closely as I can. I've just realised something. Hang on, have I? I'm doing this wrong, ain't I? Yeah, that's not meant to be there on that trace. I'm an idiot. That trace ain't meant to be there. It's an unused pin. Probably a ground pin. That was lucky. That one's meant to go there, right? Just go double check that. I always double check anyway. So that one there. And then the next one will go to that pin. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close. Damn it, I just yeeted it off the freaking board, you prick. Caught it with my hand. You plick. Right, I believe there's a space in between each of these. Who was that? James, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, mate. Yeah, so there is a space in between all of these. So on the chip itself, well, on this magnetics module, so this one can be ignored, and then we go straight to that one, that goes to there, that goes to there, and we've got another one on a via there, and then we move all the way over to here, and these two. So yeah, it's not too bad in terms of like the amount of traces you have to do, it's just awkward because of how small the gap is. Like, it's just not easy to actually work with that kind of an area. Right, I've lost my trace wire, damn it. Let me just get some more.
James Cosby just resubscribed for 13 months. What you're working on.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you, mate. It's a PlayStation 5. Well, it's a HDMI port and a Ethernet port. So I'm just trying to find the end of my trace wire. Yes, HDMI port and the Ethernet port. So I'm just working on the traces at the minute for the Ethernet port because that got yeeted off the board. I assume by a drop. Sorry, I'm not really paying much attention to chat at the minute. Sorry, guys. Obviously, I'm trying to focus more on this at the minute. Unfortunately, I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, so I can't really read chat too much while I'm doing microscopic work like this. I'll catch up after I've finished. Alright, let's just position this as best as I can. To match the original run. Because these have been accurately calculated to be a very specific length by the engineers, and it does make a difference, or it can make a difference in terms of speed. Like, so it did work even with an extra long one, but it wouldn't work properly, sort of thing. So you just got to be careful, like, in how much length you're giving each trace. Like, the end point don't matter, but the length from the start of the pin to the start of the pin on the port itself does matter. I'm going to move that very slightly. Honestly, it's probably just more my OCDs than anything else, to be fair.
MacGyver Tech just resubscribed for 17 months. Welcome back, Phil. Nice
Thank you,
to
bud.
see some other topic than the ballistic wreck explosion. Take the capital letters and you can tell who I am referring to.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the support, mate. What's that on there? Thank you, dude. And yeah, I know exactly who you're referring to. Looks like part of this, part of the coating. Damn you. Get on there. You mofo. Get on there, you mofo. Nearly done. Nearly done. Right, I'll straighten those out once I've cleaned up. Just need to do this last one. I've got my iron set a little bit too hot at the minute, to be honest, so it's just burning half the flux away. Talking of, if your tweezers don't close properly, scrape it on the inside with the iron. It'll burn all the flux away. Or it'll burn most of it away. Well, I'll just clean this up and then I'll straighten those all out because, well, they're going to move anyway, so. How's it going, Shifty? Damn it. Dropped my freaking brush inside the freaking bottle. Got ya. Right. Let's dry that off. Clean it up as best I can, so as I can apply some conformal coating in a minute. That is not going to cure a conformal coating with that much flux still around here. So I'm just trying to clean up this area as best I can. Now I'll go back in and just position everything as it should be, or well, as close to being factory as I can get. Do you fix a PS5 VR2? I've never worked on one, mate. I mean, it depends what's wrong with it, I suppose. I need that a bit further away. I'm not going to be able to get these absolutely perfect because of how close those traces actually are together. Like, there's fractions of a millimetre between those traces. Seriously, like, it's just ridiculous how close they are together. I do want them a bit closer than that though. Hang on. See how close I am? Even touching him a fraction just causes it to cause them to touch each other. Right, where's my solder mask? Where's my solder mask? Solder mask does whatever the solder mask does. Can he fix a motherboard? Yes, he can. It's a solder mask. Look out, it's the solder mask. Conformal coating, do 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 do.
Lord Neelix just subscribed on Twitch.
Thank you, Lord Neelix. I appreciate the support, mate. Thank you, sir. Mucho gracias. Guys, if you've got an Amazon Prime account, don't be afraid to link it over on Twitch, and you can subscribe for free. It massively helps me. And I am, after all, your friendly, money-grabbing YouTuber, right? So I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep doing that. Lord Neelix, thank you. Raj, how's it going, mate? Thank you, buddy. Right. Well, this is going to take a little while to queue up. Well, it's not, because I'm going to gather up a lot of this, but so it's not going to take as long as it would. But it's still going to take a while. Well, I'm just going to dab this a bit, gather some up on the cotton swab, mop it up. It only needs to secure the wires in, it doesn't need to completely cover them. There we are. That'll do it. Right. It be UV light time. Boom. Ah, no, UV light. I'm going to catch a, I don't know, disease of some sort. Alright. Let's leave that there like that. Stop it. Grow up. I'm going to have to give it a few minutes just to queue up. I was on it. Just get on the stream and Phil's cracking farts. Always, mate. Hey, get it. What if I want more farts? Then don't subscribe. You know what? No. I don't even want you to subscribe. Forget it. Forget it. Forget the subscription. Keep it. Keep your subscription. Don't spend it on someone else. Right, how's it going, mate? Who else we got? Have you seen what you've done to PCBWay? Hopefully he's no longer breathing. No, I don't mean that. Because if he's no longer breathing, then he can't suffer for what he's done. He's a scumbag. He's a scumbag, don't you know? Poor guy. Sucks to be him, right? Didn't know he was live. How's it going? I'm good, Ellis. How are you, mate? How are you, dude? Right, guys, I'm going to go for a quick piss. I'll be back in a minute or so. Well, a couple of minutes. I need a wee. And this is going to queue anyway, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? What did I miss? Yo. What up? What did I miss? Alright, let's have a look at this. It should be cured now. Stop it. Yeah. It was on me. It was on me. I was bitten. It was on me. I was bitten. Alright, so. Damn it. Piece of shit. Yeah, that's all nice and cured. So you can see now that the jumper wires are going to stay in place, right? And that means that when I drop a port on here, or well, if you take the port back off for any reason, the traces should never move. So I'm just going to even these up a little bit. What I don't want is for the trace itself to end up hitting the chassis and grounding itself. So I'll just trim them back a little bit. Try and even them out. Just a tad. They don't have to be perfect. There we go. Beautiful. And then if I drop the port on, well, I would, but it won't reach. Just look at how flimsy those legs are though. Like they're just so thin. It's no wonder they break. I'll try and get this sitting flush. Damn it. So the pins are, damn it, pins are going to be slightly misaligned. I really need a better mounting system for that. It's shit. Yeah, the pins are misaligned at the minute, but in fact that needs cleaning up a bit more, to be honest. Okay. Probably best to do it from this side. Ah, damn it, the conformal coating's come away. Well, the solder mask. Damn. That's not going to be easy to run. The jumper wire for that middle pin's come away, that's annoying. Right, I think that is probably the best I'm going to get with how tight it is. Don't worry about this melted plastic here, it's just a casing. Inside there is pretty much just a bunch of coils anyway. And it's not really important for that casing. Or to have that casing, should I say. It's just plastic. It's crap. But I'm going to just solder in this side. flood those ports from this side. All those holes, sorry. I'll check diode readings in a minute on the port itself. Just want to get it all secured in.
Days of KT8 just subscribed on Twitch.
Daz, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, mate. Thank you, dude. I assume that AVFC is Aston Villa, so you must be local. There we are. No, I don't think it does allow GitHub links here. It's best to go to Discord for that stuff, buddy. Who with that? Hey, Ellis. Thank you, Ellis. How are you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you for a while. It's been a while, mate. Actually, I don't think I'm going to get any diode readings until it's actually sending network signals. So, I mean, I can check continuity, but other than that, I don't think it'll give me a diode reading without anything plugged in. I'm pretty sure. Right. So yeah, I can check continuity, but that's pretty much it. Let me just get my really thin probes. Un moment, senor. Try to move that in my direction. Still think of that, it's such a passion, yeah. And that's in every situation in a heaven, yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna get a reading. Oh, you are. I knew they'd be. Oh, that is in diode mode, hang on. Try to move that in my direction. Why does it say those two are shorted together? Oh, I think it's meant to. Yeah, as long as they're not shorted to ground. Wednesday based. Oh, nice, dude. Just around the corner. Yeah, so the differential pairs are coming up as short, but I think it's meant to, so I'm going to ignore it for now. Obviously, we'll be testing the HDMI to make sure it works, so... sorry, the Ethernet to make sure it works, so it should be fine. Right, I'm going to preheat this. Don't get those caps. Oh, they're on there, mate. They're just a little bit winky wonky, but it's okay in terms of like they're actually on there and stuff. So, right. Let me just get this in line. So obviously, I'm coming from underneath the board for this one because, well, it's easier. Bear with me a sec. Yeah, YouTube delay compared to Twitch is about 10 seconds roughly, it always is. Come on, you bitch. We have a missing pad, I think. I'll have a look what pad it is. Try to move that in my direction. So thankful for that. It's such a passion, yeah. No, it's not missing. It's just got conformal coating somewhere. Nah, never mind. Never mind. I don't normally tin these because it's not generally needed. But why not? Damn it, you punk. That's why I don't tin them. Someone mentioned to me the other day about these, about this cap. It's not needed, man. I'm using the wrong tweezers. Alright, so I'll leave that there. And then when I drop a port on in a second, I'll just flow it down. Like it'll all flow down at the same time, sort of thing. Yeah, but if that cap does yeet off, like who cares? It's just a cap. It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to hurt the board. Trust me. I am a doctor. What temperature am I running on the iron? 440. Sorry, 420 on the iron. That's a bit high because I was working with ground planes, but as a general rule, I'm normally at about 400, 380 to 400 for the most part. Right, so yeah, that cap, as soon as the solder becomes molten, it'll just float into place. Surface tension will take over.
James Cosby cheered X35. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit that like button on YouTube.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it, mate. I'll just let that solder flow down on this side, like so. Just let that solidify. Practicing temps. Yeah, no worries, mate. I mean, it is really station dependent as well. Like, if you've got a Hakko, then they hold the heat really, really well. They've got a really good recovery. It depends on what station you're using, though. I mean, as a general rule, you don't really need to go like that hot. It's just because I'm working with ground planes, I like to have it as hot as possible without damaging the tip. It's not really recommended to be going that high though. Not if you can avoid it. Alright. Right then. I'm gonna touch those joints up on those ground legs, don't worry, it's not gonna stay like that. Needs a bit more TLC than that. They are not very nice joints. Not very nice joints at all. They're not going to stay like that either, don't worry. I'm just tapping a bit of solder onto them from this side. Then I'll use a little bit of hot air just to make them nice and fluffy. There we go. That's much better. You couldn't even see half of that. Never mind. That's much better. Successfully done a minor solder repair on my CD deck RCI output. I was gobsmacked that it worked. Nice, man. Awesome, dude. That's wicked, dude. I thought you actually did repairs already, Alice, to be honest. I thought you already done them. No better feeling though, right? And seeing something work after you've worked on it. Like after you've fixed it. No better feeling than that in the world. It's like that shot of dopamine. There we go. Yeah, it's like a shot of dopamine, like just seeing it work. I mean, for me, it's not the same anymore, but that's just because I've worked on so many devices. But when you're first starting out, like that kick you get from seeing stuff, like You can't beat
James
it.
Cosby cheered X10. Fluffy joints.
Fluffy joints. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's how you want your solder joints. Like you want them to be nice and shiny, like no oxidation, no dullness to them. Like if you're using leaded solder, which by the way I am going to be getting back in stock very, very soon. I have 10 big reels of Kester en route, so they will be here soon. So for those of you that don't know, I break them up into like 50-gram packs for the people that, you know, they don't want to necessarily buy a full reel, but they want enough to, you know, last a few months, sort of thing. So I break them up and sell them down as, you know, little 50-gram packs. I'm busy with the PCBWay saga. Yes, indeed, mate. Yes, indeed. Yeah, there we go. This should be absolutely fine from this side. Like, I shouldn't have to touch this side at all. So yeah, I could make them a little bit shinier, but what's the point in melting plastic and stuff when they're all solid and on there nice? There we go. I think we're done. Why is my camera off?
James Cosby cheered X10. I have been using the same £1 of alpha solder for the last decade.
Haha, yes indeed, mate. Yeah. Thank you, James. Yeah, so, I mean, in a big reel of Kester, you get 453 grams. So, I split it down into 9 packs of 50 gram, right? And now, bear in mind, the last time I did it was about, I don't know, 5 months ago, something like that. I left 50 gram on the end of the reel for myself. So, I got loads on there. Loads on there, still. Anyway, let's fire this baby up, shall we? What time are we on? Damn, it's 5 o'clock. I ain't going to have time to do this other console. That sucks. That took me way longer than it should have done. I'm not going to lie. Shouldn't have taken me that long, but like, I estimated around about an hour for this job. I didn't estimate doing it on stream though, did I? So we can't really. That's a Ethernet thing. We can't really say, oh yeah, this is a 2-hour job. It's not. It's an hour job, but everything takes longer when you're live streaming or recording. Like, so whenever I do a video for a customer, I don't charge them extra because it's taking me longer. I just work out how long it took me and halve it, because that's how long it should have took me if I wasn't doing a video. Like, I'm never going to say to the customer, yeah, I've done a video on it, but by the way, it took me 2 hours to fix, so you owe me 2 hours labour. No, I can't do that. Oh, don't be a tit. It's had too much heat and fucking floated the safe bridge. That's what's happened. I hate these boards. I really fucking do. So annoying. You arswipe. You absolute mofo. I'll show you how I know that. Well, for a start, I'm going to check the boot sequence, but I'll show you how I know it in a minute. Watch this. What a motherfucker. So if I grab my test leads, hang on. Not them test leads are for probing only. Yeah, welcome to Sony. We're going to make everything so fucking awkward to repair because they put the safe bridge right by the HDMI port and Ethernet. Because they're a bunch of twats. I hate these freaking boards, man. Like these boards in particular are just shit. Like, you got the safe bridge right there, you got the HDMI encoder there, you got the Ethernet port there. Like, you put even the slightest bit of heat into it and it's going to be a bitch. Alright, 12 volts. Which one's my input? That one. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get 8 milliamps current draw. You piece of shit. Watch this. Watch. Safe bridge. Not reflowing it. It's not reflowed, look. Not reflowed. And now... Yeah, you piece of shit. Go on. With your fucking boot sequence. Now I've just put a little bit of fucking heat into the safe bridge, you little prick. Piece of crap. Ah, you reflowed the safe bridge without testing anything. No, I didn't. Grow up. No, I didn't. Just put a bit of heat into it. Because that's all it needs. And he's like, I'm awake! I'm awake! Stop burning me! Do. Told ya. Stupid ass motherfucker. What a piece of shit these things are. Stupid motherfucker. And now it'll work fine, just because I've put a little bit of heat into it. Like, it's just absolutely stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, grow up, you silly thing. It's just overheated on me. I'm too hot now because you put some heat in my safe bridge. No, it's a Slim, Ryan. You use hot air, like, way away from my safe bridge, and now I'm all broken. Preposterous indeed. Yeah, just put the safe bridge right by the HDMI port where the freaking thing, like the most common value point on the console, like just put the most sensitive chip on the board right next to the HDMI port so it don't work when you change the fucking port. Piece of shit.
James Cosby cheered X10. Wait, what was that? Just flux under it? That wasn't enough for reflow, was it?
No flux under it. No. It wasn't enough for a reflow, no. No, just a little bit of heat. Like, just tiny bit of heat and it's turning on. It's like, just grow up, mate. Like this, I mean, not you. A teeny tiny bit of heat just for a few seconds and it's like, yeah, now I'll turn on because you've warmed me up. I'm losing my damn mind, man, I swear.
James Cosby cheered X10. What the hell? I've never had that before, lol.
Yeah, it's... Welcome to Sony, mate. Welcome to Sony. Where everything likes to die. This is a thing when you like... You just know these fucking boards so well. You just know exactly what's going to happen when you change a HDMI port and whatnot. Like, it's just ridiculous. Because I just know it's going to happen as well. It always does. It's a pain in the arse. I mean, yeah, sure, I can use low melt solder and stuff, but... Yeah. It's just a pain. Hello, HDMI port. Why you no display? You motherfucker. Hang on. It might have flux inside the port. It'll probably need cleaning out. Because again, it's a sensitive Sally. Welcome to the house of fun. Do. It's not gonna display. You punk ass bitch. Nope. Yeah, it's got flux inside the port. Yoink. I mean, you'll get a full clean out and shit, but... There you go. Now you're going to display for me? Stop being a little bitch. Course it is. Course it is. But it's a little bitch. You got flux in my paw, so I'm not displaying for you. Grow up, mate. Not me. Anyway. She be working, what? Well, I mean, display is working. Let me get a controller. They say we rollin', they hatin', trying to catch me riding today. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Camera, do you mind not going out of focus, please? Thank you. I truly appreciate the support. Ah, fuck the camera. Stupid motherfucker. Right. Controller's not going to sync because I haven't got a Wi-Fi cable plugged in. One moment. Grazie. Yeah, buddy. Just plug in the antenna in. There we are. Thank you. Mucho gracias, senor. Yeah, buddy. We're working on 4K. You know, son. She's only bloody working, mate. Know what I mean? Right, let's have a look at him network.
Soxrican just resubscribed for 23 months.
Thank you, Soxrican. I appreciate you, mate. Right. This is how you get free network connectivity. You just connect to a Wi-Fi name called Free Internet. And it works. Look, watch. Bang. Boom. Done. Yeah. It's like the infinite money glitch. Just download more RAM. Connect to free internet. Anyway, I need to test Ethernet. So, let's test that, shall we? Right then, laddie. Let's grab ourselves an Ethernet, laddie. Give me that thing. Give me that thing. Give me that thing. Right then, laddie. Halfway working indeed. Right. Are you going to work on Ethernet or not? Yes, it is. There's a bit of flux inside the cable, but I can clean all of that out at a later point. Let's have a look. Connecting to the internet. All right. We good. Test internet connection. Let's have a look, shall we? Successful connection. PlayStation sign in. Internet download speed. Bang. Hey. Punk ass bitch. Come on. Come on. "94 megabits a second? Are you taking the piss, mate? Are you taking the piss? Come on. Could be that we've got flux in the port. It's a bit slow. Still 94 megabits a second. Hope the filter is not fucked. Yeah, I hope so too. I've just disconnected it. Hang on. I'll soak it in IPA. Yeah, I hope the filter's not knackered as well. But we shall see. LAN cable connected. I mean, it's working, it's just not giving me full speeds. But, I mean, we are literal peak time as well now. It could be the Sony network. I don't know. I don't have... No, it's still 94 megabits a second. Very specifically 94 megabits a second as well. I don't have my phone to check what link speed it's running at. Yeah, one line will down it to 100 megabit. I mean, it's working for now. I don't have my phone to check what link speed it's running at, but according to my desktop switch, my network switch, I have a green light which should in theory be gigabit speed. If it was running at 100 megabit it would be orange, I think, and it is showing as green, not orange on my switch. So I don't know.
Safety0 cheered X100. Maybe you should stop downloading video on your computer. Slow internet. Smiley face emoji. Smiley face emoji.
I agree. Thank you, mate. Is there a web browser on these things? Anyone know if there's a web browser on these things? No. Full duplex. Yeah, it's showing green on my switch. I don't think. I mean, I'll shut it down. No, I won't shut it down. I'll just unplug HDMI so I can have my other screen back, and I'll see if I can log into my mesh system from here. But I don't think I can. I don't know if it's got a web API or not. I want to see. Hang on one sec, because I need to sort my Windows out. Hang on. Right, desktop, where are you? There. Right. Let's have a look. It doesn't show. It doesn't show what speed it's running at. Someone's on the Meta. Yeah, it doesn't show what speed it's running at. I thought it would, but it don't. Or at least not on this one anyway. That's annoying. Why is my bedroom deco offline? That's annoying. Never mind. Whoa, why did that go to such high CPU load? What the fuck? I don't know, but yeah. For some reason, my thingy IP's off. My bedroom network system's off. Oh well. I mean, to be fair, the console's working, right? It's just at the minute it's a bit slow. I'm gonna have to keep testing it, but right now I can't. Yeah, I would have to run the test while looking, but it's not gonna give me anything more than the PS5 is running at. I need to know what link speed it's running at. What did you use for the GUI of the PS5 Nord tool? I use C# and WinForms, mate. Never mind. Right. It works for now. I'll continue to do tests on it. I mean, obviously, it's not my internet. So if I look at my internet, I did do a speed test before I started. It's definitely not my internet. But yeah, I don't know. It's not my internet, but it's not giving me full speed. So I need to check that. And if there is a line out, like it is going to knock it down to 100 megabits per second, but it's showing as green on my network switch, so I can't see it being 100 megabits a second. Why is the CPU load on my fucking mesh system jumping up to 84%? What the actual frick? Like, what's doing that? Why is doing that? I mean, it's probably because I'm downloading and uploading. I mean, 6.2 meg up. Nothing else is really used in the network. Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, the main part is it's working, right? I need to shut it down because we don't have a fan installed and it's going to get very, very toasty. So, filter should measure a few hundred ohms. Yeah, unfortunately, I've got other stuff to do, mate. It's 5:20 and I'm going to have to end it. It sucks, but I do have other things I need to get done tonight. So, yeah, this took me a little bit longer than I wanted it to, and because of that, I haven't really got time to continue. So, I'll continue either later on tonight and just add it to a video, or I'll do, you know, another live stream at some point. But the main part is it's working, right? And, you know, yeah, that's it. No, I'm not with virtual media. Ending, but I can't. I've got stuff to do, mate. I did say literally when I started I'll have to end at 5 o'clock. It's now 5:10. I'm already running late, mate. I've got shit to do, bud. Yeah, anyway, that's working for right now. It's got a network connection through Ethernet and it's got working display, so thumbs up. I'll do some more tests on it. It doesn't need a full test. It needs cleaning up anyway. I need to sort the liquid metal out. I need to clean out the ports, and I need to put it all back together. So, yeah, there we go. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you. It was only a quick stream. You better sign it, dude. I'm not famous, man. Fucking hell. I'm just me. Like, you don't want me signing anything. Trust me. I'm not. My signature's worth absolutely fuck all, mate. I'm just me. Seriously. Anyway, thank you all. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you all in the next one. I'm over on Discord. If anyone wants to come say hi on Discord, there should be a link in the YouTube description to that. Oh, that weren't me. It was Enzima. I swear, it weren't me. I'm not going to say it. I'm not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's going to ruin your console. trust me, I will show you my handwriting at some point, and trust me, like, dude, I don't even have a signature. Like, genuinely, I don't even have a signature. It's a squiggle. Like, it's literally just a squiggle. I'm not even joking. Disgusting. Never. 4 hours ahead of me from Nova Scotia. Nice. So I need to devalue it. Worth $1 million. Yeah. Maybe when I'm dead. And even then it won't be. Anyway, thank you everyone. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the quick stream. I know we only got to work on one, but it took me a little bit longer than I expected. So, yeah, it is what it is. Take it easy, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.